Yeah, just film whatever's going on, I guess.
Don't say anything to somebody. Hey, you want to take a picture?
Conserve electricity because we're getting near the.
Ryan. I'm going to do web. Hello, everyone. We are here on 9th Street and Austin in downtown Waco. The parade is set to start in 13 minutes. As you can see, a lot of fans are already lined up, ready to get a front row seat. If you look down this way, there is the parade route. It starts at 13th or 14th Street. So, hold on, there's a cart. But where that big Waco, City of Waco balloon is, that's where the parade is going to start. So there's a lot of people waiting, a lot of excited fans, and we will get this thing going and when the parade starts in 13 minutes. But I spoke to a lot of fans that said they were so excited to see their favorite players. They're going to walk with the parade route. We could maybe try to get some excited fans for you guys right now. Let's see. Let me get my mask on and we could talk to some fans. Let's see. So if you could see, there's a lot of students, alum, kids. So let's see who wants to talk here. Hey guys, you want to talk to us about the excitement? All right, Ryan, come on. I got some excited fans. All right, what's your name?
Grant Morgan.
Did you go to Baylor?
I'm a professor at Baylor.
Oh, really? This is extra exciting. How excited are you to see this?
Oh, we're so excited. We're big basketball fans, so it was fun to pull for the Bears in the tournament this year.
What do you teach at Baylor?
I teach in the Department of Educational Psychology.
Gotcha. Do you teach any of the players?
No.
No.
Only grad classes.
Gotcha. Are you
wish.
excited? What's your name? You're camera shy?
This is Olivia.
Are you a huge Baylor fan? Who's your favorite player? You don't know? All of them?
All of them,
so
for
what
sure.
was your excitement? I mean, how long have you been at Baylor?
10 years.
So all this time you've been waiting
Absolutely.
for them to finally win. What was your excitement level?
Oh, well, I watched the game with some friends. Place was going crazy. It was so much fun. You know, I picked Baylor in the bracket tournament, so it was nice to say you picked correctly, and it was Baylor.
Did you think they were going to win by that much?
Not by that much. Only 5 points or so. So that big win, super excited.
And how does this make you feel that Waco gets to experience this and Baylor gets to experience this?
Oh, it's just so good for the Waco and Baylor communities to see all these folks out enjoying this nice weather, celebrating Baylor for such a great accomplishment. So it's a great time to be at Baylor, a great time to be in Waco. So we're happy to be here.
So if you were here for 10 years, you've seen Scott Drew build this program pretty much from the ground up. What are your thoughts about him and the job he's done?
Oh, he's done an outstanding job. And, you know, just the other day I saw, if I'm not mistaken, we've got a top 5 recruiting class coming in next year. So, I mean, the upward trajectory is in place and just can't wait to see what he does next.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your time here. Go Bears! See, I told you guys there are a lot of excited fans ready for this parade. We'll get a lot more live interviews during our coverage, but we got about 10 more minutes until the parade starts. So take a look at the excitement. Fans are starting to file in, and I think we're going to have a good one here in Waco. until the show starts at 6. So maybe I should do. Oh my god, I know that guy.
This one's yellow because unfortunately when they first get killed off, I just know that the nail it has been peeling off and coming onto my rim. So it's gonna be yellow.
Do you hear, Crystal?
I just got free nail polish.
Streaming on the web. I think we're also on our channel, but we really want people to tune in on YouTube. But yeah, this is completely replacing our 6 o'clock. What's the issue there? I think they might be too close to the marching band, and they can't hear the producers. For sure. One of those things that you would never know until you get here. Right there, it's like really packed. It's like definitely really packed as you get down there. Where are my name beans? Okay, we're gonna do a web bit right here. Just let me know when you're ready. Are you gonna start off? Yep. All right, hello to all of our viewers who are streaming us right now. KCN is out here for the Baylor Men's Basketball Championship Parade. And I gotta say, we are on Austin Avenue and 6th Street right now, and it's getting flooded. Tons of people are coming out here because this is a historic win. The Baylor Bears winning a national championship, the first time a team in the state of Texas has done it since 1966. It's a historic parade, and you better believe that all of these Baylor fans are repping the green and gold. You can pick up a Baylor National Championship mask that they're handing out down here. It's going to be a ton of fun. We are less than 10 minutes away from players coming down in cars. We're being told maybe convertibles. You can see Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler, all the stars of this team that won Baylor their first men's national basketball championship. So it's going to be very exciting, and 6 News has you covered all the way around from 6 to 7 up on the stage when the players and Scott Drew are announcing to this crowd how excited they are to play here in Waco. So make sure you stick with us on all of our social media, on YouTube and on Facebook and kcntv.com, including 6 to 6:30 and until 7 on our channel 6 News. It's going to be a good time, and I'll tell you what, right now it's just lots of people who are excited to be here, and from everyone who I've spoken to today, they're just amped up that the Baylor Bears have won a national championship. So many fan bases wait forever for something like this to happen, so it is exciting that everybody here is experiencing this now, especially coming off a year where COVID canceled the March Madness tournament. They were able to come back even stronger and win it all. So make sure that you stick with us. We are just under 10 minutes from this parade getting kicked off. It's going to be a lot of fun. For right now, stick on this stream, and we'll be with you very shortly. Thanks, everyone. Our show does. I think parade is supposed to start at 6.
Are we right off the top?
No, it'll be anchors, and then it's going to be impromptu. There's really no rundown for this thing.
My food's ready. I'm gonna grab it.
Go ahead, man. You're good. Yes, I can hear you. Hello, can you hear me? Yes, he can. Thumbs up. Here, pronounce it for everyone. Okay. Oh, Hakey. Can you hear me? Hakey. That works. It's Hakey, Crystal. It's Hakey. But Mr. Awesome works. Hakey. He's gotcha. Okay. Sounds good for us. If you run and grab it, you'll be good.
The parade 2 minutes from starting. Yay. "30 seconds out."
End.
Randall, there's some things I need to say to you.
This Is Us, tonight on NBC.
6 News presents the National Champions Baylor Bears Parade and Celebration, live from downtown Waco. Coverage by Jeff Hunter Toyota.
Oh, I'm back. Hello, basketball fans and national championship fans, as well as parade fans. Glad you're joining us this afternoon. I'm Chris Radcliffe, alongside Leslie Draffin and our sports director, Curtis Quillen. Are you guys ready for a giant celebration of a national championship?
We definitely are, and we are looking at video from the huge celebration that we had already at the Waco airport when the team came back after their national championship win. And Curtis, you were there in the bubble for how many weeks?
20 days.
Okay.
Not that I was counting at all, but this was one heck of an accomplishment. You look at everything the team had to go through, 2 COVID pauses, one in December, a really long one in February, and just where the program was at when Scott Drew got here. Guys, this crown is indicative of everything that they accomplished.
Right.
And the team that just won a national championship deserves something like this.
Well, we've done 3 Baylor parades for women's national championships. It's about time the men get their chance to shine. We want to thank you for joining us. We'll be bringing you all the action for the next hour from 6 to 7 o'clock, and we really anticipate a lot of fun. Now, Curtis, this team went 28-2. But I mean, it was like a tale of 2 seasons. They were they were hamstrung with this period where they weren't playing well. The national media kind of forgot about Baylor a little bit, and then about the Elite Eight, they were like, "Wow, this team's really good."
It wasn't so much that they forgot about them. It was this team was not up to where it was before it went on that pause. You look at February 2nd, and when it goes to Texas, that's one of the best performances this team had all season down in Austin. A dominant 15-point win against one of the best teams in the country in the Texas Longhorns, contrary to what you saw in the NCAA tournament. Then 20 days, 18 of which you're not allowed to practice. You look bad against Iowa State. You look bad at Kansas. You come out a little bit better. You don't really have time to practice. That week between that loss against Oklahoma State in the Big 12 tournament and that first round NCAA tournament game against Hartford really did this team wonders. And the more it got to play and the more it got to practice after that Big 12 tournament, the better it got. All of a sudden we get to the Elite Eight and they explode against Arkansas.
Well, Leslie, you're no stranger to the field here. You're not just a desk anchor. You spent time with the women's national championship team. Curtis, I'm jealous you were with the men. I'm the only one missing out on a national championship here, but that was an amazing feeling, right?
Yeah, it definitely was, and it's interesting to see the difference in the, obviously celebration for the guys versus the girls. We kind of know that women's sports doesn't always get the same attention that men's do. It is nice to see all the fans come out here and really get excited. I mean, we're seeing hundreds where we are at this exact moment, and I think there's probably thousands if you really take into account the whole way. But I do think the thing that I love about Baylor fans is they really do get behind their team, and they really do cheer them on whenever it comes down to these big games.
So I'm jealous. I didn't get to go to the big games, but I'm telling you, I've been here for 19 seasons, guys, and I've seen a lot. I made a few notes. Scott Drew is 370 and 215 now as a Baylor basketball coach. But remember, he came to us from Valparaiso for one season where he went 20-11 and 12-2 in conference to take a Baylor job that might have been given the death penalty. And how bad was it, guys? From 2003 to 2007, Baylor had no winning seasons and no postseason.
Right.
Nothing. And now here we are.
Right. No postseason, no winning seasons. There was a season in there with 0 non-conference games. That was the NCAA sanction for the murder scandal that happened, that brought Scott Drew to Waco. And it should be noted too, the guy got an automatic berth into the NIT. His one season as the head coach replacing his dad at Valparaiso.
Right.
Then he gets in year 5, after everything this program went to, they're in the NCAA tournament. It really is impressive what Scott Drew's done. A lot of people in college basketball call it the original renovation. So we took a look back, guys, on 18 years in Waco and what the original renovation looked like. So here is how we got here with a national championship team.
Scott Drew.
Amidst the worst scandal in college sports.
When he first told me, he really didn't give me a choice. He just said, let's go. So he didn't really give me a choice of either staying at Valpo or going to Baylor. He said, we're going. And so came down here, and I'll be honest, at first I'm like, we left a mid-major powerhouse to come clean this up.
Scott Drew had a vision few shared.
And it might take some time, but I can tell you this, our staff will have the work ethic, the integrity, and the commitment to success needed to get this program where it needs to go.
You know, Scott always had a vision that, you know, when we first came down here, he wanted to be the Duke of the Southwest.
But years 1, 2, and 3, it was hard. 10 wins or less each year, including one with 0 non-conference games. In year 5, though, it was a party just for making the NCAA tournament.
When you're the 65th team revealed, we'd have gone to Mexico to play. We just wanted to be in the tournament.
A miss in 2009 took the Bears to the NIT Finals. Then in 2010, for the first time since the Final Four run in 1950, the Bears made the Elite Eight.
I think for that group that year, we saw that we could be good the year before, just in the practices and when I would be on the scout team.
Baylor fell in a great showdown with eventual champ Duke. 2 years later, eventual champ Kentucky knocked the Bears off in the Elite Eight again. Then after an NIT title in Drew's 10th year in Waco, the Bears were back in the NCAA tournament in 2014. A Sweet 16 trip that year was followed by back-to-back first-round upset losses. Then in 2017, the Bears were finally back in the Sweet 16, but Cinderella South Carolina's glass slipper hadn't fallen off just yet. After losing in New York, it was back to the NIT where more heartbreak ensued. A year after that, though, everything was looking good for Scott Drew's Bears when in January, Tristan Clark was done for the year. Instead of sulking, the Bears reinvented themselves. Mekhi Mason embodied that, scoring a ridiculous 40 points against TCU as the Bears made their way to the round of 32 in the NCAA tournament. That led to the greatest season in school history to that point, a Big 12 record 23 straight wins, when COVID-19 shut down the postseason on the very day the Bears were set to open the Big 12 tournament with their highest seed. Instead of sulking, the Bears simply regrouped. Devontae Bandu, Freddie Gillespie both graduated. Flo Thamba moved into the starting lineup. Everyone else returned. The Bears then won the Big 12 for the first time, not only beating last year's mark for their highest seed in the conference tournament, but winning the program's first conference championship in 71 years.
And the #1 seed, the Baylor Bears, for the first time in school history, Clark Baylor, a #1 seed in the tournament.
Then they were officially named a #1 seed for the first time in program history. A third straight NCAA tournament trip when they advanced to the second round. Then the first Sweet 16 since 2017. First Elite Eight since 2012. First Final Four since 1950. First national championship game since 1948. First national championship ever.
Well, I can't thank the crowd enough for being here to welcome the guys. It means a lot to them.
It's the realization of a vision few had 18 years ago. But Scott Drew has held true to his vision almost 2 decades in the making, thanking the fans.
It's a great feeling. I just want the fans to be able to see what they helped us earn, because without them, we wouldn't have been able to do it, and this is a we thing. So congrats to everybody. You're all champs.
That he's celebrating with today in a way only champions can do.
Well, Curtis, thank you for that stroll down memory lane. Now, I was there in 2007 and 2008 as our sports director when they made the tournament, and it was one and done in Washington, D.C. against Purdue. I remember that Duke was also there, so that was a tough draw to begin with, but they were just happy to be in the dance, and now look how far they've come.
You heard Scott Drew say we would have gone to Mexico to play as long as it meant we were in the tournament. Now today, a day full of celebration. We're obviously here at the parade. The team was at the state capitol this morning talking with state representatives and with Governor Abbott as well.
And absolutely, you got to be there for most of the, 20 days, like you said. Nikki Lattarulo was with the women, and when they lost, she went to Indianapolis with you guys. She is on the parade route right now with a look at all the action. Hey, Nikki.
Oh, you don't want to see me right now. You want to see the parade. Take a look at the parade. We've got the cheerleaders coming in. We've got all the fans, everyone lining the sides of the street. There is so much excitement here. The players are definitely coming behind us soon, but we're going to talk to a couple fans here before we see the players. Right over here. All right, guys, you wanna tell us your excitement about what's going on with this parade? How excited are you?
We're very excited. This is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to come out and support the Bears, so we're glad to be here.
And who's your favorite player?
I don't know. I love them all.
You love them all?
It's hard to pick.
Did any of you go to Baylor?
Yes, we both went to Baylor.
So how exciting is this watching this program built from the ground up?
Oh, it's amazing. I've been to almost every tournament game. You couldn't ask for a better thing to happen to a better group of guys and a better coach than Scott Drew and coaching staff. I mean, it's amazing. I was at the title game. One of the greatest experiences of my life. It's just amazing to watch the hard work come to fruition. I mean, it's just congratulations to them. It's awesome. It's real awesome.
So did you think they were going to beat Gonzaga by that much?
I did. I actually told the guy I was traveling with, I said, we match up incredibly well with this team. I knew our defense was going to show up like it did against Houston, so I actually went to the game really confident.
So I'm assuming all your kids are diehard Baylor fans?
Yes, they're all diehard Baylor fans. It's kind of our family way, so.
Well, enjoy it. We won't bother you too long. Enjoy the parade. I'm sure the players will be here in no time. Thank you. You wanna talk about Mark Vital? Come on.
Everybody, how many years? 5 years with Baylor, and his senior year to leave like this. And like I say, it's so fun to watch him because he is the enforcer on those offensive boards. And it was wonderful to watch him this season.
How much are you going to miss him next year?
Not as bad as Scott's going to.
Everybody loves Coach Drew. So let's give you another look at the parade. We got the City of Waco balloon coming in, and I'm sure the players are coming in shortly, but the excitement is you could just feel it here. That is the mayor coming in, and then we got the athletic director. All right, we're gonna go over to Matt Lively, who's a little bit further down in the parade. Matt, what is the excitement down by you?
Oh my God, Nikki, we're having so much fun down here. We're off Austin and 6th Avenue. So many people showed out to support the Baylor Bears. And I mean, it's really no surprise. And after you win your first men's national basketball championship, the first one in Texas since 1966, you're pretty amped up. I've got my friends here, Allison and Kylie. Now, you guys are alum. You graduated in 2019, 2020. How exciting is it for all this to go down right now?
I cannot believe it. The women won my senior year. Now the men have won. I mean, I can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, huge, super excited. It was awesome to see them go all the way. Yeah, super awesome.
This is basically the city of champions recently. Would you say that Baylor is maybe the most successful athletics school in the country right now?
Absolutely, yes.
Hands down, and no, we are always they're good but school, but I think that this should prove that we are just good, period, end.
Now there's always a lot of rivalry. You've got UT just down the street, we've got Texas Tech, Texas A&M. What do you say to their fans who are just longing for a national championship?
Sorry, I mean, you can try again next year, but this is our year.
Mm-hmm. I say sick of Bears.
What's it like? I mean, obviously, I'm sure you guys went to football games and basketball games, but after this year where COVID was so weird and you couldn't go to a lot of sporting events, to see this amount of people come out, support Baylor, how heartwarming is it just to see this back?
I think it's great to see everybody come together as just behind this school that means so much to the community. See the basketball team bring back this championship for the town. We saw it with their plays and in Scott Drew talking. This is for the city, and I think it's so incredible that they're all gathered around now to show that support in return.
Now, if there's anybody who you're most excited to see come down this parade route, who is it?
Oh, absolutely. Scott Drew, who has never given up on Baylor, who the devastation of not being able to play last year, I think we could have been back-to-back champions, but COVID.
All right, well, the excitement is starting. I'll let you guys get to the parade. It looks like we are finally, fire truck coming down, cheerleaders this way. We've been told that these players are coming out in full force. It's just going to be a good time. I'm going to send it back to our anchors now, but we will have plenty of looks as we get closer to these players coming this way.
Yeah, and Matt just talked a little bit about the fact that COVID really played a part in what the students at Baylor got to do this year. Here, for the celebration today, they've been handing out these 2021 National Championship masks, and I think after a year where, nothing was happening, the pandemic really ruined last year's seasons, this was something everybody needed to, push through when times were really tough, and I'm sure that it really did impact the players as well, having had the inability to play at the end of last year, and then go through all the additional rules they had to go through this season.
You go through the pandemic, and if it doesn't hit when it hits, if it hits later, it never hits at all, then Baylor's a #1 seed in last year's NCAA tournament and a favorite to get to Atlanta, where the Final Four was supposed to be. Yeah. And a pretty good draw. That's when geography played into it too. So you're talking about staying in the central time zone until the Final Four hits, with the first round games in Omaha, regional in Houston, where obviously Baylor has an enormous alumni base. Look at what happened in the 2010 Sweet 16 and Elite Eight.
But Curtis, the NBA was coming calling. Right. You got players. How did Scott Drew convince all these guys to come back? They really were like a family.
I mean, it's one of those where on one hand you get to finish what you started. I mean, they only lose two guys, Devontae Bandu, Freddie Gillespie, both of them to graduation. Sure. But on the other hand, I mean, like you said, the NBA comes calling, draft stock goes up. Look at Jared Butler's draft stock now versus whenever the season ended last year. Look at Davion Mitchell took himself from a second rounder who was an offensive liability to now he is a lottery pick in a lot of mock drafts.
No, that's great. And I mean, Butler averaging just under 17 points a game, proving what he was. They had 6 players that played in all 30 games this year. So, I mean, they did have some strong bench strength. A lot of these other teams, it looked like when Baylor got running them from the Elite Eight and the Final Four and the championship, the other team's tongues were hanging. They were tired.
Yeah, and I mean, at that point, the debate became, okay, if Baylor wins this game, which at that point in the time on the all-tournament team voting, it became very clear Baylor was going to beat Gonzaga. So who's your MOP? Is it Davion Mitchell? Is it Jared Butler? Is it Maceo Teague? There were people on the Baylor beat. My vote was not Jared Butler. Mine was Davion Mitchell because of how well he played in that semifinal against Houston. And he held up the standard there in the national championship game. But there were people on the Baylor media beat who voted for all three, obviously.
That's smart. But, I mean, Baylor used to be known for their zone defense. And, boy, did Scott Drew find a bunch of physical, strong players who then out-conditioned and outplayed physicality the teams that they beat down their stretch.
One of the reasons he gets a lot of credit is he clearly coaches to the personnel he had. He no longer gets those long, lanky post guys that he had when he was running that zone defense. Now, and he didn't shoot a lot of threes on those teams either. Now this is the best three-point shooting team in the country, one of the best man-to-man teams in the country. It was a really impressive coaching job Scott did.
All right, so we know that Nikki is still in the parade route. She's seeing players talking about how great they did. Nikki, who are you seeing out there?
Okay, I just asked one of the cheerleaders, and they said that they think the players are about 15 minutes behind me, so we have a little bit of time. So what we're going to talk about is the hardware that Baylor is going to have inside the Ferrell Center after this national championship win, because, they got the NCAA tournament trophy, then the players have their individual trophies. They got the Big 12 regular season title trophy, but they also get the NABC, the National Association of Basketball Coaches trophy. I got to see it. Oh, we got the big float. I got to see it firsthand yesterday. It's a little bit scary to me. It looks like it could break if they hold it up too high, but you'll see it is worth over $30,000.
This trophy has been awarded to every national champion and #1 team in the Ferris Coaches Poll since 1991.
For the first time in 30 years, the Ferrell Center will be home to the Ferris Mowers NABC National Championship Trophy, a glass fixture made by hand in Waterford, Ireland, and is worth a pretty penny.
I'd say between $25,000 and $30,000.
This is the first season the trophy has done a college campus tour that began back in January, with Waco being its 5th and final stop. But the Bears have been a part of 3 of the 5 locations.
So we went to Houston, and then after that went to Baylor's game when they played Kansas there, and then after that was at Clemson, and then from Clemson went up to Michigan for a trophy send-off event before it headed to Indianapolis, and then now it's here.
And here to stay, a new trophy that takes 3 months to make is created every year so the championship team never has to give it up.
A very high honor for Baylor to be able to get this at the conclusion of their amazing season.
In Waco, Nikki Lattarulo, 6 Sports.
Okay. All right, guys, as you can see, the Baylor Alumni are coming up the parade route, but I have some excited students. All right, guys, so what are your names?
I'm Courtney. I'm Lindsay. Grace.
And I'm Megan May. And you guys are Baylor students?
Yes.
How exciting is it that you get to see this while you're students at Baylor?
The coolest thing in the whole wide world.
And who are you most excited to see come down the street?
The men's basketball team for sure. Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah. Who's your favorite player?
I mean, Butler, he loves the Lord. He's awesome.
What about you guys?
Moment of lifetime. Truly.
How long have you waited for this moment? Last year you didn't get to see it. They could have won.
My entire life.
Have you always been a Baylor fan?
Absolutely. Baylor deserves this.
So what can you say to all the other programs in Texas that doubted and they were like, oh. And how much do they deserve this?
Sick 'em Baylor and sick 'em Jesus.
All right, that's what we got. So here is, as you can see, this is the Baylor alum coming down. So there's all the people that have waited their lifetime for Baylor to win this title. They get to walk in the parade. I see some former players coming. And I think Matt's now at the front of the parade, or in the middle where the parade is starting. Matt, what is happening near you?
Nikki, tons of excitement. We got fire trucks coming down this way. I see an HEB massive shopping cart. I feel like I'm at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. But I am with my friends here, James, and Harmony. And this is interesting. James, you've been a fan since the 70s, and you just told me that you picked Baylor to win in your bracket every single year.
Every year, since '79.
And obviously now you're 1 for like 30.
Got 1 for 30, yeah.
So what was it like just experiencing that emotion to finally see this team win?
Just watch them get closer and closer every year. I think once Scott Drew got on board, it was a piece of cake.
Guys, what was he like when Baylor won the national championship?
He went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went crazy. Being a fan since the 70s, you've seen the ups and the downs of this program. Seeing all these people, could you ever imagine a day like this?
Never, not like this. Not for the men, but it happened.
And now that you're seeing it, what kind of emotion are you feeling?
I want it every year now.
You're going to be spoiled, right?
Right.
Who are you guys most excited to see come down in these floats?
I have no idea.
You're just happy to see it all, right? Yeah. What about you?
I think Macy O'Teague, the senior, and the other senior, Mark Vital. Those 2 guys deserve it. Yeah.
These kinds of teams, they're like once in a lifetime where there are so many solid starters. Did you just fall in love with this team as soon as you started watching them this year?
Last year, yes.
Yeah.
When they got that close last year, I knew this year was going to be a piece of cake, and they did it.
When March Madness was canceled last year and they had a shot at winning, what did you go through?
I thought that was a conspiracy.
Like they didn't want Baylor to win, huh?
Right.
All right, now I have to get his sneakers right here too. Are these like made Baylor sneakers?
No, my daughter got these for me knowing I'm a Baylor fan, and she bought them and sent them to me. She lives in Dallas, and she sent them to me. So, yeah.
That's as close as you can get. These guys have tons of spirit out here for the parade. Thank you, and James. We appreciate it. Enjoy the parade. Sick 'em Bears. Guys, I just said we're 10-15 minutes away from the players getting up this way, but the floats that we're seeing are really fun. So we're going to stay tuned here, but I'll send it back to the anchors. We'll be back with more shots from this way.
Okay, awesome, Matt. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now, you guys, we've been here for a few hours. This crowd has been rocking. The band is starting to dance and play behind us. They're having a lot of fun, but it's really filling up around here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to see. This is the biggest crowd I've seen since probably the Texas Tech game last year. It's nice to actually see a big crowd somewhere as we celebrate an amazing accomplishment.
Everybody's sporting their green and gold as our camera pans over, and we got some Sikkim fans. But Curtis, winning fixes everything, doesn't it? It really gets rid of the gray hair for the coaches and adds a lot of fun and environment to the community.
Oh, for sure. You know, when this team was struggling years back in the early days of the Scott Drew era, it was hard to get fans in there. Now you see the turnout here as the parade keeps going, and Nikki Lattarulo back along the parade route, and I believe there are some players near her now.
Excitement.
Well, John.
That is the man of the hour. Coach Drew is getting all the attention. We got all the former players coming in here. I don't hear. All right, we got Coach Jang. Coach Jang, how are you feeling?
Oh, wonderful. This is so wonderful for the city of Waco and the whole Baylor family. We're just so thankful for everybody coming out and all the support. And my feet aren't even touching the ground right now.
Enjoy it. Have the best time. All right, that's Baylor Basketball Associate Head Coach Jerome Tang, and the players are coming in hot. So take a good look because the excitement out here is crazy. So we got 2 buses and then we got the players. We got Marigold. We got the Baylor cheerleaders. We got all the excitement out here. All right, I see the players. The players are coming in right behind us. So a couple more minutes. I see the national championship trophy coming in. All right, here we go. I see. All right, guys, are you ready? The fans, how ready are you guys? Woo! This is the moment. This is the moment they've been waiting for. All right, here we go. Here's the trophy. We got Mark Vital and Maceo Teague coming in with the trophy. Let's see them. Yep. All right, there's that trophy coming in here. So we got Mark Vital, a fan favorite, and of course Maceo Teague. And let's see who else. It's just them 2. So take a good look at that trophy because it's here in Waco to stay. Oh, they're taking the trophy. They're moving the trophy. Let's see if we can get some excitement from the players. Here we go. Here we go.
We're extremely excited. We're grateful for the opportunity that we have.
Mark, everyone's saying you're a fan favorite out. What do you want to say to Baylor Nation?
Man, thank y'all for all the support, man. I love y'all, man. That's all I can really say.
All right, keep it going. All right, guys, the next car, we got some managers. This is the guys that are responsible for getting all the uniforms in order and everything. So they were in the bubble also, so they deserve as much credit as the players do. We got Davion Mitchell coming in on top of the big pickup truck. We got Adam Flagler coming in here. Jonathan Chamwachachua, crowd favorite, fan favorite, Davion Mitchell. And they got the trophy now up here. And now, all right, here we go. Let's see who else we got. We got Matthew Meyer. We got Tristan Clark, former Baylor Bear. All right, let's see if we can get some of these guys. They're high up, but they're keeping it moving. All right, let's see. Stopping to talk to some fans. Awesome. Everyone getting their pictures. All right, here we got Jared Butler, the MVP of the national championship. How excited are you right now?
I'm so excited. This is the best moment of my life.
That's all, the best moment of his life. We got Matthew Meyer, Mark Patterson. Here we go. And I think that might be it. Now it's just the fans following. So there it is. Those are all the national champion Baylor Bears. There's just a lot of fans falling behind. Anchors, what do you guys see up there? Has the front of the parade reached there yet?
Yeah, it absolutely has. We are seeing a lot of the city dignitaries. We saw Waco Mayor Meek. He is moving up to the stage, and of course the cheerleaders have gotten here, the dance team, and we're just kind of watching folks disembark in front of the stage.
Yeah, we'll let everybody know what's going to happen here. Around 6:30, they might be running just a couple minutes late. We're actually going to have a formal presentation where we will dip in on the audio. You'll be able to watch at home, whether you're online or on our channel. Straight in, you'll see the whole presentation, and they'll kind of be taking over. John Morris with the MC duties, of course. And John had a pretty great call there for the national championship.
He did. When we talked to him the day after the Elite Eight game, I asked him, what's going through your head? You're a Baylor grad.
Yeah.
That horn sounds in the Arkansas game and says, don't screw it up. You've got a Final Four call. Don't mess this one up. He's extremely excited, as he should be. And one of the other things they'll do on the stage, guys, is obviously they won the national championship in the NCAA tournament. They have the NCAA trophy. The National Association of Basketball Coaches will present its national championship trophy on the stage tonight, too. That's the story that Nikki Lattarulo showed us just a few moments ago. And that's when the fun will start here in Heritage Square.
You know, John's always a professional. You're a professional. When we're working and covering these teams, we don't cheer, but, you know, it is the home team. I've never really seen John cut loose. I mean, he's already having more fun on stage than I think I've ever seen him have before.
I think so.
And it's nice to see, because it does seem like a lot of the folks we're seeing here at the front of the parade are the big supporters of Baylor. A lot of these city council people are Baylor alum. And we've also seen the HEB, I guess we'll call it a float, a massive grocery cart coming up behind us. So a lot of folks getting in on the fun and the celebration, not just the team, of course.
Yeah, and a lot of people forget that Scott Drew has been like the most patient man. He has like the patience of Job, because he has seen so much success for so many other programs while he was building his own. Remember, the baseball team went to back-to-back runs at the college baseball World Series. And then, of course, 3 women's national championships. Tennis programs have won national championships at Baylor, and he has just quietly built this program. He did get a national championship, Curtis. He did win an NIT.
Right. He won an NIT. He has a runner-up finish in the NIT.
Right.
And then you add in the stuff that he went through at the beginning. An NCAA investigation had nothing to do with him. An NCAA investigation because there's rumors all throughout college basketball. Scott Drew's cheating. Scott Drew's cheating in recruiting, cheating on the floor. And the NCAA comes, investigates, and says, no, he's not. This is just a good program now.
But the old joke is, when you win the NIT, congratulations, you're the 65th best team in the nation. He turned that on its head with the national championship.
Exactly. 8 years later, he's in the national championship game, and it's in a state where it can stay. CBS Sports today, and it's way too early. Top 25-1. Baylor is 6th. It's got one of the top recruiting classes in the country. There's a lot of reason to expect that Baylor could be in New Orleans for next year's Final Four.
Well, we're expecting the players to be reaching the stage shortly here as cars continue to drop off the dignitaries, and it really is turning into a party-type atmosphere out here. We'd like to thank Chief Meteorologist Andy Anderson. The weather's been beautiful. It's hung on wonderfully for us, and I mean, it really is a great atmosphere. It's the best feeling, right, Curtis and Leslie, when the pressure's off.
Right, they can actually let loose, have a good time, celebrate with all the fans. A lot of fans they maybe couldn't see this year because of all the issues around COVID. But I do love well, let's actually start off. Let's just move out the way so that this Baylor Bear can go by, and let's see what Matt Lively's seeing on the parade route.
All right, guys, it's starting to get rowdy. Scott Drew just went by. We've got tons of honking, full-on buses. It's a party down here. I'm with 3 sophomores that go to Baylor. What is it like to be a student right now and get to experience all this?
It's honestly so awesome. We're so lucky that they worked so hard and that we were able to watch this happen.
Yeah, especially during COVID. It's so fun to have something to look forward to.
It's just purely amazing knowing that we go to such an amazing school that does so well. So, yeah.
What was it like on Monday? Did you guys go to the watch party? What were you guys doing?
Getting to experience that at McLean was honestly so cool. The environment, it was awesome.
It was really so much fun.
All right, who are you most excited to see here?
I think she would know the answers.
Jared Butler.
All right, Jared Butler's always a popular guy. He was one of the top players in the country, and I think they're just about to come by, so I'll let you guys get back to it, but enjoy. Awesome that you are students and this is happening. Guys, here come the players. You can probably hear the roar. Let's see. It's getting loud. Coming by on a convertible, we got Mark Vidal, Jared Butler. Unbelievable. This crowd is just eating all of this up. Absolutely unreal. It's getting loud. And I'm going to send it over to Nikki. I know she's out there with them.
All right, guys. This is the trophy. The trophy's right here. It's here in Waco to stay. The players are back here. We have Jared Butler again and Mark Patterson. Look at the fans reacting to Jared Butler and the Noodle, aka. Right. So this is the end of the parade route, but take a look at the fans. Let's talk to some. Guys, how excited are you right now?
We're so excited. This is so awesome. The guys did such a great job. We're so proud of them. So proud.
Who are you most excited to see that just went by?
Scott Drew, Mitchell, Teague, Flagler, Jared Butler. I mean, you name it. They're all great.
How great is this for the Waco community?
Oh my gosh, so good. After all these years.
All right, guys, the parade has passed this area, so now everyone, if you could see, is going to make their way down near Heritage Square where the anchors are. How excited are you guys? Okay, no one, apparently everyone's just trying to run down, so we're going to toss back to the anchors who are in Heritage Square where all these fans are going, and they'll be there for the presentation.
Yep. Guys, we are seeing a lot of the alumni come up. Curtis actually just mealed through the crowd to see if he could grab some folks to come chat with us. And what I was going to say before we threw to the folks out on the field is I loved the motto that these guys had, joy, Jesus, right. Others, yourself. And it's so nice when you see folks who really do seem like really good people take home a trophy like this.
Yes, and we knew it would be standing room only, and as Nikki and Matt have worked their procession this way, it has gotten more and more crowded. So Curtis has wrangled up some former players, and we're excited to talk to them as well. Everybody can celebrate a little bit in this championship.
Let's bring on King McClure. King, you were on the team all the way up from 2015 to 2019.
Yes, sir.
You were part of kind of building this championship run. Take me through your career here and what this means to you.
Man, this means a lot, honestly. Seeing everything we went through, everything I went through personally with my heart disease, seeing Coach Drew, everything he went through, getting the program from nothing, and now all of a sudden it's national championship level. It's unbelievable. I mean, seeing those guys like Davion Mitchell, Maceo Teague in practice every single day when they redshirted, that was crazy. I mean, seeing how talented they were, what they brought to the program. I mean, I saw it firsthand, so I knew it was possible. Seeing Jared Butler's development, all of this is special. I mean, it's incredible, and I'm really at a loss for words, honestly.
King, was it fun seeing the whole crowd? I mean, all the people around
Yeah,
here?
I mean, it means so much to the Waco community. And with that being said, I mean, I don't know, I'm at a loss for words. Hey, there's so much emotions that's running through me right now, but it's amazing. It's incredible to see so many people support you and hear people cheer your names and see that you really matter. You really made an impact on so many people's lives.
You got to be there for this because of your role at ESPN as an analyst. When the horn sounds in the Gonzaga game, what's going through your head, man?
Man, I started crying. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I started crying because of just everything, like I said, everything that we went through as a program, seeing Coach Drew, like it's your family. Whenever you see your family succeed, especially at the highest level they can succeed, you gotta show love, and it's so many emotions that ran over me, I had to start crying.
Now, you're obviously a Texas guy.
Yes, sir.
To see another Texas team finally win a national title, only the second time on the men's side, does that add a little bit more meaning to this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's history. We're out here making history. The other team, UTEP, might have been UTEP.
UTEP back in '66.
And Glory Road, for sure. So now, for us to be the second team, we got to have a movie. I think that's in the works. We have to have a movie now, for sure.
Who do you want to play you in the movie, King? Come on now.
I want to play myself.
Okay. He wants to go to work for SAG immediately, everybody.
Sure,
Hollywood, he's available.
I'll do a little something, so.
To see how much changed for the program from the game against Gonzaga you played in 2 years ago to 8 days ago last week. I mean, does that surprise you at all, or is it like you said, you saw a little bit of it in practice in 19?
I mean, not really, because I saw those guys in practice. I mean, Davion Mitchell, Maceo T, those guys are talented, and they've been like that since the day that they first stepped on campus. And Jared Butler, I mean, he was special. We went to Allen Fieldhouse my senior year. He dropped 30 in Allen Fieldhouse. Not too many freshmen can do that. So with those guys, I saw their development, I saw their growth, I saw Freddie Gillespie and their growth as well. I'm not surprised at all.
What are your expectations for this program moving forward?
I expect us to become the next Villanova. I mean, we're not going to be the next Kentucky, the next Duke. They have a lot of one and dones. That's not what fits Baylor's system. What fits Baylor's system is getting guys who stay here 2 or 3 years, can learn how to play, learn how to be selfless, learn how to put others first. And that's what Coach Drew preaches, and that's what he teaches. And I think we'll become the next Villanova.
To see a coach like, Jay Wright has been at Villanova for ages, just like Scott Drew has. Jay Wright has assistants who have been with him since day one, just like Jerome Tang has with Coach Drew. How big is Jerome Tang, and how much did he mean to you and to this program and to everybody who's in this Baylor basketball alumni group standing right out behind the camera?
I mean, Coach Tang meant the world to me. He's been recruiting me since the 8th grade. So I know since I was about 14 years old. And me and him, the closest relationships. I told him stuff I've never told anybody else. That man right there is special to me. He's like a second father, honestly. Him and Coach Drew.
Well, King, we really appreciate it. Congratulations, man. Go enjoy it. You guys are national champions.
Yes, sir. Sick of Bears.
There he goes. King McClure, a Baylor Bear from 2015 to 2019. He was on the team that played Gonzaga out in Salt Lake City 2 years ago.
Josh Lomer standing behind me, all 7 foot tall of him. I mean, this has been a program that I recognize. I mean, he's been out of school for 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, a decade. He said he was going to become an accountant. I want to talk to him right now. I'm sure he did. He was a very smart guy. Scott Drew always recruited wonderful players, wonderful men, and they end up being great basketball players and community leaders.
And Mamadou DNA was actually in here. He was Scott Drew's first recruit when he got to Baylor in August of 2003. You look at some of the other alumni in here. We just talked to King McClure, Jake Lindsay, who played here for a few years. His dad and his mom made the trip from Salt Lake City as well, where his dad's the general manager of the Utah Jazz. There's a lot of alumni here looking to celebrate it because Scott Drew's made it a point to make sure that they all know they had a hand.
Sure.
And they all got a piece of the net, they all got a shirt, they had a hand, now they get to celebrate in the parade.
Well, we become part of the parade, ladies and gentlemen, as the crowd has continued to move this way. John Morris is beginning as we get the players closer and closer to the stage. We're going to have our formal announcement here. So, looks like the bus has arrived and the players are about ready to head up onto the stage. And the big party is about to begin, guys.
It looks like Scott Drew finally got a haircut after 20 days in the bubble. The team is starting, like you said, Chris, team's starting to make its way onto the stage. Coaching staff is there. Jerome Tang, Scott Drew, Sports Information Director David Kay. The team is filtering into the area, and more fans are starting to make their way down here from 14th Street.
Yeah, I was going to say, it started at 14th, so you've got a sea of humanity and all these people that have just come this way, that have all funneled to this bottleneck. We do have some aerial shots that we'll be able to show you this evening, but it looks like a lot of fun. But I can't even begin to give an estimate for the crowd, but all I know is it's a very large crowd out here. The band's about to queue up, and the players are really having fun up on stage.
And the whole state really has been celebrating the Baylor Bears. They were at the Capitol earlier this week, getting a little celebration down there. That was definitely nice to see. And like you were saying, being the fact that it's the second Texas team to win the NCAA tournament, it's nice to see Texas really coming out and showing out. What I did love, somebody was saying earlier, they had the two teams, obviously at Baptist University next to, or playing Gonzaga. So yeah, Jesus was definitely at the national championship. Somebody said earlier, sick of Jesus, sick of Bears. But it's just good to see, good people doing good.
Yeah. Now, what happens to this team in this program? Because they're going to lose a lot of talent to the NBA.
They're going to lose a lot of talent to the NBA, to overseas leagues, but they're bringing in one of the top 10 recruiting classes in the country. I kind of agree with King on this. I don't think it's a Duke or Kentucky where it's an every year national championship contender. I think it's a Villanova where they're at least they're going to be on the second weekend in March. Yeah. It's a shock if they're not, and they're always in contention to get to the Final Four.
Well, and the key to that is to get through the Big 12, and you got to remember that's how good the Big 12 is. This year was still their first Big 12 conference championship.
It was their first Big 12 conference championship, and they were the only Big 12 team on the second weekend, the only Big 12 team to make it out of the second round. Wow. Out of 7 that made the NCAA tournament, I think they went 7-0 in the first round. 6-1, Texas. And then Baylor was the only one in the second round to make it onto weekend number 2.
Kansas who? Okay, send your emails to him, not to me, Kansas fans. I don't want to hear it. Don't get mad at me. I joke. I got a real good friend who's a big Kansas fan. So
it was one of the things that was really kind of interesting, though. Scott Drew did not play college basketball. He's kind of like, Mike Leach at Mississippi State in football. Very successful coach. Did not play the sport at the level he did, but he was a student manager at Butler University. He was a student manager inside Hinkle Fieldhouse, where Baylor won 2 of its 6 NCAA tournament games during this run, one of the most historic venues in college basketball, and it really was sentimental for him.
But we're not saying he's unathletic because he did play tennis. He did. Not for the college, but he plays tennis.
And he was good at it.
All right, guys. Are we about ready to turn things over and just take the stage shot here and let everybody, we'll tap into the PA system here?
Well, let's do this. Why don't you see if you can find somebody else to talk to us? You've seen a lot of these former fans, the former players in the crowd, and we'll keep looking around for people who are here. So why don't you go look and see if you can find anybody else to chat with us who's a former player. And, we've just seen so many people here really crowding in, and I love the families. I mean, little Baylor fans, older Baylor fans. I mean, everybody's here just really showing out, being very excited. We have a tiny Baylor fan right behind us, and yes, I know, she's very excited. But it is nice to just see the fact that after a year like we had in 2020, everybody's able to come together. We're outside, so it's, much safer, and it's just good to see.
Yeah, it is great to see. And again, there's a big family atmosphere around Baylor University. It still is a small private school. I joked and I said it was the Catholics from Gonzaga against the Baptists from Baylor, and it was in the national championship game. And now the Baptists are partying and dancing today. Even though everybody knows Baptists don't dance, but they're dancing today, baby.
That is very true. Now, you've been here for, how many years have you been in?
19 seasons. I beat Scott Drew here by 1 season.
All right, so you've kind of seen them all just go from, the turmoil in the beginning of the 2000s, now obviously to just celebrating after that year. And what are your final thoughts?
Well, he was there the day in August. I was there the day in August when they introduced him, and he said, "You know what? Well, I'm coming here to win a national championship." And we all just scratched our head and said, "Do you know what just happened here this summer?" And he said, "It doesn't matter. I'm going to smile. I'm going to have a great time." And sure enough, he is.
Well, it seems like we're really getting started on the stage behind us. If you can see behind us, there are just confetti going everywhere.
Now that's a party. That's fun.
The team is on the stage. They're having a great time.
Green and gold confetti for days. I love it.
Looks like the parade is wrapping up right now. Folks seem to be moving in so they can get their spots to help celebrate.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, AGB, and walk-ons. Folks, what a season for the Baylor Bears, national champions. How great is that? Big 12 Conference champs, just getting it started to win the Big 12 Conference. First conference title since 1950. Go to the Final Four for the first time since 1950. And win, let's see, how many national championships has Baylor won? One time, yes sir. One time. All right, congratulations. Let's get started. The mayor of Waco is going to come forward. Dylan is coming up. Real quick, we're going to head.
Sickle Bears. Hey, the city of Waco just stands with this team. This is an amazing partnership that we have with this university. We're so thankful. Waco is a city of champions. And sometimes we get down, but with grit and determination and a commitment to excellence and joy, we move forward. And this team has embodied that. Waco's had some energy for a while now, and these guys took it up to a new level. We're so thankful for them, so thank you for what you've meant to this town in this moment. We have a proclamation here today. I'm going to read it really quick. I got my daughter here with me. So I'm just going to read it really quick. It says, April 13, 2021 is Baylor Men's Basketball National Championship Day. In the city of Waco, let's go! In the city of Waco, I urge the people of Waco to join with the city council Waco City staff and me, and recognizing the Baylor Bears basketball team as the 2021 NCAA Men's Basketball National Championship champions. We acknowledge Coach Scott Drew, the players, and the athletic staff for bringing the first NCAA Men's Basketball National Championship to Baylor University. Along with having a remarkable 38-2 season, we join Baylor Nation and the greater Waco community in celebrating this outstanding accomplishment. You have traveled the road to victory with grace, class, and integrity, and have set a standard of excellence to guide athletes of tomorrow. Thank you, Baylor Men's Basketball Team and Baylor University. Signed by the City Council. We love you guys. Thanks for what you represent to us.
Thank you, Mayor Meek. Appreciate it. All right, we're just getting going. At this time, we'd like to invite representatives from the Greater Waco and Central Texas Chapter Chamber of Commerce to the podium for a special proclamation. Another one. Please welcome Matt Metters, the President and CEO of the Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce. John Bible, the President of the Syntex African American Chamber of Commerce. And Josh Blake, the Board Chair of the Syntex Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Matt, take it away.
John, thank you so much. What a beautiful evening to
Celebrate a fantastic accomplishment on the part of this men's basketball team. Give it up. Give it up for this coaching staff and everybody involved. Yeah. Great evening in Waco. I wish you all could see the view from up here. It's fantastic. Thank you all for coming out. We do have a resolution of appreciation we want to present to Baylor University, the basketball team, the coaching staff, and so forth. So here we go. Whereas the Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce, the Syntex Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Syntex African American Chamber of Commerce, and the business community are charged with working together to strengthen, diversify, and grow the Greater Waco economy. And whereas community image building is vitally important to the continued expansion of our regional economy in an area of strategic focus shared by the aforementioned Chambers of Commerce. And whereas Baylor University is the largest employer in Waco and McLennan County, Texas, and a major economic driver, and whereas Baylor University is a key strategic partner in improving our economy and our community, and whereas the Baylor Bears basketball team is the 2021 NCAA Division I Men's Basketball National Championship, give it up. Promise I'm getting close to the end here. And whereas the Baylor Bears basketball team won their first Big 12 regular season title, earned a #1 seeding in the NCAA tournament for the first time in program history, advanced to their first Final Four, and beat pants off of Gonzaga Bulldogs 86-7. Claimed their first national championship. And whereas Baylor Bears head basketball coach Scott Drew is the 2020-2021 Big 12 Coach of the Year. Give it up. And whereas Baylor Bears guard Jared Butler was named the first Associated Press AP First Team All-American in program history. Give it up. And was joined on the 2020-2021 AP All-American team by guard Davian Mitchell, a third-team honoree, and guard Maceo team, an honorable mention honoree. And whereas Baylor Bears guard Davian Mitchell swept 3 National Defensive Players of the Year awards, as honored by the National Association of Basketball Coaches, the Atlanta Tip-Off Club, and the College Insider. Whereas, never give a chamber seal a microphone. Bad idea. The Baylor Bears student athletes are academically high performers and placed a program record 6 players on the 2020-2021 academic All Big 12 team. Give it up for that. That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. Now therefore be it resolved that the Greater Waco Chamber, the Syntex Hispanic Chamber, and the Syntex African American Chamber salutes Baylor University, the Bears student athletes, Bears head basketball coach Scott
coaches and his entire support team on the tremendous accomplishment of being crowned the 2021 NCAA Division I Men's Basketball National Champions.
Here's a presentation to head coach Scott Drew. Whereas thank you, Matt. We appreciate it. Join me in welcoming now one of Baylor's biggest fans and also the 15th president in the history of Baylor University, President Linda Livingstone.
Thank you, John. It is so great to see all of you here. I think we have more people here than actually were in Indianapolis to watch the championship game. So it's so exciting to have you here. We could not be prouder of this team, these players, this coaching staff. What an exciting time for Baylor University. What an exciting time for this community. And I hope that you all understand what an amazing achievement it is to win a national championship. There are many, many great teams in this country who have never won a championship, and they certainly haven't won it after. And these coaches have persevered and represented us well. We are so proud of them. I also love the energy and enthusiasm this team has brought to Baylor, to Waco, and Waco County, and really to the entire country this year. I was in Dallas at an event yesterday. I was with the team in Austin today at the Capitol, and I just want you to know the entire state of Texas is so excited for this team. They feel like they have a part in this championship, only the second in the history of the state of Texas, and not since 1955. So congratulations, we're so proud of you guys. And as proud as we are of this team for what they did on the court, we're even prouder of the way they conducted themselves off the court. At Baylor, we seek to be a preeminent research university in this country, while also focusing on and strengthening our Christian mission. And that takes excellence in everything you do every day. It takes a deep focus on your faith commitment and living that out every day. And this team and these coaches represented us so well in every way I can imagine of how we want to live our lives at Baylor and how we want to be represented to the country. So congratulations. Thank you all so much. And thank you to all of our fans and friends here in Waco and McLennan County. We couldn't do this without you. It's a great time to live in Waco. It is a great time to be a Baylor Bear. Thank you for being here.
thank you, President Livingstone. All right, we have another national championship trophy to present, all right? They just keep coming. This right here is National Association of Basketball Coaches in partnership with Ferris Mowers. Please welcome Ferris Mowers NAB National Championship trophy to this Division I Men's Basketball Champions, the Baylor Bears. The NABC and its national championship trophy represent nearly 5,000 coaches at all levels of basketball with the mission to maintain the highest standards in basketball and the profession of coaching. This iconic Waterford Crystal Trophy has been presented annually since 1991, top-ranked team in the final Mowers Coaches Poll of the season. As the entitlement sponsor of the Men's Basketball Coaches Poll and Trophy for the 2021 season, Ferris Mowers is founded on hard work and excellence under pressure, qualities that the trophy symbolizes and that Coach Drew and this team have embodied all season long. The poll is powered by USA Today Sports and ranks the top 25 NCAA Division I basketball teams according to a panel of head coaches on a weekly basis. On behalf of Ferris Mowers and the NABC, Congratulations, Coach Drew and the entire Baylor Bears men's basketball team on bringing home the Ferris Mowers NABC National Championship Trophy. Now to present the trophy to Coach Drew and his team, welcome Vice President and Director of Athletics, Mac Rhodes. Mac.
Thank you, John. What an awesome day, what an awesome crowd. Thank you all for being here. How about the 2021 National Champions? Awesome. Coach Drew, you need to come on up. So we're gonna present the trophy, but Coach is not gonna pick up the trophy. It's our understanding that it's in two different pieces. So we're not gonna pull a Michigan State, right? So we're just gonna present it. Coach, the NABC Trophy, National Champions, Coach Drew. Love confetti. Love confetti. One of the most special things about today is that you get to share this amazing accomplishment with family. And I know Coach Drew is going to speak about it a little bit later, but we have over 130 former players here to help celebrate this, right? Give them a round of applause. Appreciate you guys and the foundation that you laid for this program, right? What a special occasion, right? What a special achievement, a special accomplishment. But it's not a surprise. If you spend any time around Coach Drew, our entire coaching staff, right, and our student athletes, truly you wouldn't expect anything less. They are, yes, great coaches. Yes, they're great players. But guess what? They're even better people, and it's unbelievable, right? I had the pleasure to be in the bubble with the team, and I want to thank all of them for letting me do that, letting me be a part of it, right? One of the most special things, right? Something I will never forget in my entire lifetime. But here's what I really remember, right? I remember each time we won, and we came back to the hotel, and the hotel staff, the security staff, right? And I'm even going to tell on the NCAA staff because they weren't supposed to be rooting for anybody, right? But every time we came back to that hotel, all of those people were so happy and thrilled that Baylor won because of the way our student athletes, the way our staff, right, the way our coaches, right, interacted with them. Dr. Livingstone spoke to it a little bit, but this is truly an amazing group of people. And you just think about the season, right? You think about the last 12 months, right? The pandemic, the starts and stops, right? The 3-week layoff, right? Schedule changing, games postponed, games canceled, right? But our young men found a way to overcome it all. And I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of all 500 of our student athletes for the way that they've endured, the way that they've overcome the pandemic and the obstacles and the hardships. It's truly a blessing to see all of them in the way they've come together. You know, Coach Drew talks about joy, right? Jesus, others, right? Yourself. Well, not only do they talk about it, they live it. And it's such an unbelievable thing to be around. Yeah. You know, we talk about preparing champions for life in our athletic department, right? Athletic success, academic achievement, character formation, spiritual growth, right? And it is certainly an honor to know and see our men's basketball team, our student athletes, live that out each and every day. Coach Drew says, right, as good as players they are, right, they're even better people. Keep going, right? One more time, right? There we go. I've got one more for you. One more for you. Please, help me welcome to the podium, right? You guys are awesome. You guys really are. You're awesome. So, but please help me welcome to the podium the best men's basketball coach in the entire country, right? How about the Bears? Hey, first and foremost, we got to give God all the honor and glory. Give him a round of applause. I'm not going to fall off. I'm good. Oh, yeah. Second of all, none of this is possible. Now, I need you to get rowdy. None of this is possible without all these guys pouring in all them hours, building the foundation for this program so these guys can bring us our first national championship. Give them a round of applause. Second, if we didn't have a great administration, Mac Rhodes, President Livingstone, none of this is possible. Give them a round of applause. And if it wasn't for the best fans in the country, all of you showing up, give yourself a round of applause. There will never be another first team to win a national championship at Baylor University. Besides the 2021 Baylor Bears! I dated myself for a second there, you know. But we like setting first, and I think this crowd just set it first. Largest crowd for a Baylor parade. Give yourself a round of applause. And I'm done, but I want to say thank you guys, and thank these guys because they did all the work. Give them a round of applause. All right, Coach Drew. All right, you want to hear from these guys? You want to hear from these players? These student athletes, the national champs. All right, we're going to pass the mic a little bit. Jackson Moffitt, could you come up first? What's up? Jackson, you've been quite popular on social media as one half of the mullet. Tell us, what was your favorite social media post during March Madness? Is that mic on?
Hello? Y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. Hey, my favorite TikTok we made was with Coach Drew and President Livingstone today.
Today?
Yes, they were getting down. They were dancing.
Yes, come on. Come on, Coach. Come on, Stephanie.
All right, y'all go find it on TikTok.
All right, find it on TikTok. That was today. You have the president of Baylor University, the head coach,
And
Coach
Mac
Drew,
Rhodes.
and Mac Rhodes. Yeah, right. Come on. Well done, Jackson. Keep the mullet.
I'm doing it.
All right.
Hey, it's not going anywhere, baby. Come on. Matt.
Yeah, Matt Meyer. All right, thank you, Jackson. Mark
go, Mark. You scored late in the Final Four game against Houston. There's this incredible picture of that moment. What was the rest of the night like for you?
It was just surreal, honestly. Just like wanted to thank God and just be grateful for everything because these are like things I dreamed about since I was a kid. So just like, it was just an incredible experience.
You scored a bucket in the Final Four.
Yeah, the best part was my identical twin was trying to pretend to be me and take recognition, so.
That's great. Congratulations. Mark Patterson. Dane, Pecha, come on up here. Dane, yeah. Come on, Dane. Dane, you had to sit out this year before your injury. You were practicing with the team. What have you learned this season? What can Baylor fans expect in the years to come?
I learned a lot from these guys. Practice is everything about it. They encourage me every day on and off the court, so I'm just grateful for that. Next year we're gonna be back.
Oh yeah! Dane, Pecha, all right. Zach, Loveday, come on up, Zach. Coach Stang says the original mullet. You were on a great high school team. You had 5 Division I players on your team, but only one of those guys is now a national champion. Have you talked to any of your old high school teammates and you given them a hard time, or just make sure they know that? Oh, no. Go on.
I don't know, it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. What was it like your first year here to be a part of a national championship team?
It was awesome. Being around all these guys, staff, players, everybody made it awesome. It's great team.
Fantastic. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it. Zach Loveday. Jordan Turner. Where's Jordan Turner? Come on up here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go, man. You got the mic. All right, so Jordan, you've been here 2 years. You redshirted 1 year. The second year was a pandemic year. How much are you looking forward to hopefully having a normal year, a normal season next year?
I'm definitely looking forward to it. Just a lot of roller coasters, ups and downs. But I mean, at the end of the day, our staff, our players, they keep us up. And then we also have the Lord with us, so we're good.
Fantastic. Very good. Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate it. Jordan Turner. LJ Corner. Come on up here. All right, LJ, I don't know how many people know this, but you finished as the runner-up in the Connect 4 tournament in the bubble. What went wrong in that championship match with who? Davion. You lost to Davion in the championship. Tell us about it.
I just made one wrong move. I had the game won, so I just gave it to him.
Oh, wait, you gave it to him.
Yeah.
What's your background in Connect 4?
I feel like I'm the best on the team. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. We hope next year you're on the floor more and connecting threes a lot next year. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, David. Thank you. Good job. Oh, look who's coming up. It's Matt Meyer. Matt Meyer, come on up here.
Hey, everybody.
All right.
I just want to say I feel a little bit uncomfortable being up here without my other half, Jackson Moffitt, the Mullet Bros, but I'll make do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You want Jackson to stand with you while you're up here?
That would be a lot better, yes.
Come on, Jackson. Along those lines, here are the Mullet Brothers. You've gotten quite a bit of airtime. Does the mullet stay? That's the question.
It absolutely stays. Running it back. Running it back, baby.
Are you trying to recruit more Mullet Brothers from the team?
I mean, we tried to get Jared on the wave. He didn't want to do it, though. We got two, so that's cool.
How about Coach P? You get Coach P in on the mullet.
Coach P? He's got enough hair for it. I think you should, but.
That'd be good. All right, so the mullet stays, and how much are you looking forward to next season already?
I am looking forward to next season. It's going to be great. We got a lot of good guys coming in. We got some 5 stars. It's going to be fun. I think we can run a bet.
Have you worn that jersey for a week straight?
Yeah, it needs to be washed.
Yeah, I bet. All right, good job. Thanks, Matt. Matt Meyer, Jackson Moffitt, the Mullet Brothers. Adam Flagler, come on up here. Adam Flagler. There you go. That's a sweet-looking jersey. You had 16 points in the win over Villanova in the NCAA tournament. That second half for you guys was terrific. Describe how well you guys played in the second half in the win over Villanova.
The whole season we've been through a lot of adversity. So we have a great group of guys, mature guys, and we all just kept a positive mindset and just fed off each other the whole second half. But we knew once we came out there and competed at a high level, we could get the job done.
I think you were down by 7 at halftime of that game. What was the halftime locker room like?
Coach Drew came in there with a lot of energy, telling us to keep our heads up, and it's a long 40 minutes. And we take that very seriously. And I'm just we came out the second half, and we just do what we had to do.
Is it stating the obvious that Coach Drew came in there with a lot of energy? I mean, I think we.
I mean, you heard him up here.
Yeah.
He has energy everywhere he goes, around anybody. He's the best leader I could ever have. So we're glad to have him here.
Fantastic. That's great. Adam Flagler. All right. Oh, look who's coming up. Everyday John, Jonathan, Chowa, Chachawa. All right. You got a boot on. What's going on there? All right, very good. The nickname, Everyday John, it looks like it's going to stick. Do you like that?
I mean, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
You guys like it? All right.
What does that mean to you when you hear Everyday John?
I just feel like I got some support from my teammates. They know that I put hard work every single day. It just give me some confidence in the floor whenever I hear it.
You got that flag around your shoulders, national championship flag. What does that mean to you to be part of a national championship?
I mean, it means a lot. Like growing up, I just never knew I could even play in the NCAA. So winning national championship for the city of Waco is really big for me.
Very good. Fantastic. Jonathan Chumwa Chachua. Oh, how about this guy? 7'5", wingspan, Flo Thumba. Come on up here. Come on, Flo. Hey, Flo, so you played Gonzaga in the championship game. All the experts are saying, oh, Drew Timme, oh, man, what are you going to do against Drew Timme? How did you, what was your mindset going into that game?
I mean, the mindset was the same every game. You know, just go out there, play hard. Play hard, compete, and just make sure you come out with a W, regardless of what I'm playing. That's been our focus all season. Even the first game with Villanova and Houston, it don't matter who's playing. At the end of the day, let's get the dub. That's all that matters.
That's good. Was all that talk motivation for you going into the championship game?
I mean, motivation, not really. I just looked at my guys. I remember before the tip happened, I looked in the eyes of the guys and I just knew, hey, we locked in.
You go.
We had it.
There's that quiet confidence. That's great. Congratulations, Flo.
Appreciate it, guys.
Hey, let's bring out the National Defensive Player of the Year. It's Davion Mitchell. I think you got off the plane wearing that jersey, and a week later you're still wearing that jersey. Has it been washed, or are you just keeping it on?
To be honest, this is the national championship jersey. I've not washed it. I'm never going to wash it.
Oh, never going to wash it. I like it. I like it. That is great. For you, National Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, you really set the tone for this team this year. Is that something that you embrace? I mean, you really like that role?
Yeah, I definitely like that role, but just give credit to my teammates. They push me every day. I push them every day. Just seeing them play defense makes me want to play defense harder, and I'm just blessed to be put in position to be National Defensive Player of the Year.
Congratulations. All right, set the record straight. I've heard your version, I've heard Macio's version. You're transferring to Baylor. Did you call Macio? Did you try to get him here, or how did that actually work?
I'm the reason why Macio T is here today.
Oh, you're the reason. All right. All right. Well, it worked out really well for both of you and for all of us also. Congratulations. Great year. Davion Mitchell. All right, it's only fair that we bring up Macio T. Come on up, Macio. So how did that work? Davion, he called you, tried to get you to come to Baylor.
Davion, he texted me, but I would say that that's 100% not the reason I came to Baylor. We had great coaches recruit me. And I feel like they did a great job. I felt like it was a family atmosphere. And that's the real reason I chose Baylor.
Very nice, very good. Your signature is, you know, after a three or a big shot is this. Who you calling there?
Call God.
Calling God. God always answers. He always answers. What about the season of joy, the culture of joy on this team? You ever been part of anything like that?
No, we sacrifice for each other on a daily basis, in the games, practice, even sharing just things off the court. We spend a lot of time with each other, and I just feel like we had a great team environment, which has helped us win the national championship.
Congratulations, appreciate it. Maceo T. He's going to go home to Cincinnati this week and throw out a first pitch in a Reds game on Friday. That'll be terrific. Yeah, follow Coach Drew's lead with that fastball. But, yep. You? Yep. All right, Jared Butler is going to come forward. Jared Butler! Baylor's first ever consensus first team All-American, Jared Butler. Huge part of the success of this year. Was this something you envisioned?
Oh, without a doubt. Davion called me, he said he's coming back, Maceo said he'd come back, we got the band back together, and you know, we was going to win a national championship. That's what it was all about.
What about, same question about the culture of joy. You guys have just embodied that all year, and it was a huge part of your success.
Yeah, without a doubt. Joy, Jesus, our Lord and Savior, somebody who died on the cross for our sins. All the credit goes to him. He needs a round of applause. My guys, man, they work extremely hard. I've never been around a group of guys who work so hard and who are willing to sacrifice their lives for us winning the game and doing things for y'all for Waco. Like they're just amazing. Best group of guys I've ever been around. And then yeah, that's it.
Final question. You guys, as part of the bubble, some teams, you know, kind of, you know, withered under that pressure. But for you guys, you really made it a positive in the bubble.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Being around 14 guys all day, seeing them every day, seeing the same carpet in the same hotel room is rough. But you know, they made it work, and you know, there's such a great group of guys, so I enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
Fantastic. Hey, congratulations to you. You're going to leave as a
national
champion. Jared Butler. All right, let's bring up the senior, Mark Vinyl. Mark. Oh, no. There you go. Got a cape on. You got that trophy. You're not letting that trophy get very far away, are you?
Nah, I've been working too long for that. I need that.
You got the jersey on as well. Hey, I remember after the game, after the Gonzaga game, I looked down, you're sitting on the floor, you're just kind of sitting there by yourself, soaking it all in. What was going on in your mind at that time?
Man, I was really thinking about those guys, man. They really like sacrificed a lot for us, and I know that they went through a lot. And you know, it was really them. And then I've been on part of teams where, you know, we struggled a lot. And how this team right here, man, it was crazy.
You heard, I talked to Flo about it, but you heard all the talk about the bigs for Gonzaga, and you seemed like you were
very highly motivated. You are every game, but especially that game.
Man, we got a group of dogs, man. You can't say that about no dogs. I mean, we some dogs, so when they was talking like that, I mean, we just showed up.
Mark, final thought. You get the final word here. What does it mean to leave Baylor University with the legacy that you put in place and leave as a national champion?
Man, I really just wanted to inspire the young, man. Like, those that really don't come from anything, like myself, those black kids out there that struggle, everything like that. You know, I just want to be a good example for y'all. That's it.
That's great. Congratulations. Mark Final! Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 National Champion Baylor Bears. Congratulations, guys. We appreciate you. We appreciate all your hard work. Thanks to everybody for being here this evening. This is a great turnout. It is a turnout worthy of a national championship parade and celebration for these guys. Live with joy as these guys did, and congratulations to everyone that's here. Hey, if you would like to hear a rebroadcast of the national championship game, it's on right now on ESPN Central Texas. So tune in as you leave. You'll hear the rebroadcast, and I'll let you in on a secret. The Bears win again. So thanks to all of you. Thanks to our alums. We appreciate you guys for setting the foundation for Baylor basketball.
Well, that's about going to wrap things up from here. It's been an amazing celebration, a lot of cheering, and a lot of high energy on that stage, guys.
And something that's 115 years in the making, obviously, a crowd that welcomes it. Guys, Baylor's a national champion, and a city got to celebrate with it finally.
And thank you so much for spending the last hour and a half almost with us. We will have more for you coming up on 6 News at 10, some sights and sounds of the big parade.
Yep, have a wonderful evening and a blessed evening wherever you are. Spence, thank you for spending some time with us. And what do you think, guys? Sick 'em Bears. Pretty great win for the Bears. Congratulations, and we'll see you at the next parade.
This has been the National Champions Baylor Bears Parade and Celebration. Coverage was brought to you by Jeff Hunter Toyota.
What can your stimulus check mean for you? At Rooms to Go, a great night's sleep, a family room refresh, a new favorite place to eat, or all of the above. Because your dollar goes further at Rooms to Go. Just choose from our huge selection of beautiful furniture. And if you want, you can finance on us, interest-free for 60 months. The choice is yours. Then get your furniture home fast with free doorway delivery. There's no better time to do something for your home. Shop Rooms to Go today.
6 News congratulates the Baylor Bears on winning the championship.
To make it easy for you to get it safely, for free. Because this is our shot at getting back together.